The harsh truth is, the most groundbreaking startups don't just get ignored, they get kicked to the curb. They face brutal skepticism, cold shoulders, and outright dismissal from the very people who should see their potential. You felt it, that gut punch when a seasoned investor brushes you off like your idea is just another fad, or the painful silence from leaders who should be your allies, but instead treat your vision like a naive daydream. It burns. It makes you question everything. Why? Because the world is addicted to safety, for the comfortable, the known, the safe bets. Disruption, it terrifies them. It tears apart their cozy little blueprint of reality. And so, the system you're trying to rewrite, it fights back. The world doesn't want you to break things. It wants you to fit in, to play by old rules, to stay quiet. That's the trap. When you bring an idea that shifts the ground beneath their feet, the first response is denial. It's easier to dismiss, to label it dangerous or impossible than to confront the fact that everything they know might crumble. But here's the fire you must seize. This dismissal is your proof that you're on the edge of something huge. The loud naysayers? They are the echoes of a dying past. But how do you survive it? How do you turn those brutal rejections into rocket fuel? Real disruption isn't a sprint, it's a war of attrition. You must become an unbreakable force that outlasts the comfortable cynics. First, accept that being dismissed isn't just inevitable, it's essential. If no one's fighting you, you're probably not hitting hard enough. Your ideas are weapons, but only if you arm yourself with a mindset that refuses to bow. Your power lies in your sovereignty. To win, you cannot seek permission. The system wasn't built for the bold, it's built to smother them. So, demand no approval. Make your will your weapon. When investors scoff at your vision, don't beg. Understand where they're coming from. They're trapped in their illusions just like everyone else. Instead of bending, sharpen. Grow your clarity. Become so aligned with your mission that doubt from outside feels like noise, not damage. They don't see your future because their entire mental map is outdated. You don't need to convince the crowd. You only need to find the right few who burn as fiercely as you do. This is where the real value hides, in the few. Not the many. The noisy majority will always see disruption as a threat to their comfort. But deep down, you must hunger not for belonging, but for becoming. Align selectively. Build a network of rare allies who speak your language, who understand that true progress comes at the edges, from those willing to break chains, to betray consensus, to unlearn and relearn. This is where your breakthrough lives, in the brutal synergy of those who refuse the status quo. Patience becomes your secret weapon. The world rewards the patient brutally because most give up before they get there. The innovators who are laughed at first, they're simply playing the long game. It's not about instant wins or cheap validation. It's about an unshakable belief that the system will bend, not you trying to fit it. Let eternity be your compass. Build slowly, intentionally, like a silent earthquake reshaping the landscape beneath everyone else's feet. You must also get ruthless about questioning everything. Every truth, every rule book, this is how it's done. The most disruptive startups don't just improve existing models, they redefine the rules entirely. That requires breaking free from inherited illusions. The idea that freedom exists inside a system of comfort is a lie designed to keep you chained. Real freedom is messy, it's wild, it's terrifying. It demands conflict and chaos. But on the other side lies the extraordinary. If you're watching this, somewhere inside you is a fire that refuses to be buried beneath convenience or conformity. You know the pain of knowing you're meant for more. That crushing silence inside when the world tells you to settle while your soul screams for something bigger. That tension, it's not weakness. It's a signal, a call to rise. What's needed is not a well-tuned pitch or more polished presentations, but a total liberation of your thinking and approach. When you unlearn what you thought was impossible, You unlock what was always waiting. This means rejecting the standard paths, the familiar. It means embracing isolation, the lonely nights, the doubt, the rejection, as signs you are reshaping the future, even if no one sees it yet. Because the future belongs not to those who wait for approval, but to those who forge their own infrastructure for success. The world's current systems don't have room for the exceptional. That's why so many of the most powerful individuals feel lost, misunderstood, misaligned. It's not lack of talent, it's lack of connection. You need to connect not to fit in, but to multiply, to form a fierce web of collaboration where each rare spark fuels a wildfire. You're not building just a startup, you're igniting a movement. Not a community, not a company, but a radical shift where those few who dare to rise above the noise find one another. Where individual sovereignty and harsh self-honesty combine to create unstoppable momentum. To do this, embrace the discomfort of disconnection from the empty noise. Your time isn't wasted on convincing everyone. Invest your energy where it counts, on those who see the same fire burning in the dark. The most disruptive startups win not by playing safe, but by being uncomfortably real, unapologetically different, and relentlessly patient. When the system offers comfort to the many, you offer transformation to the few. Your greatest strength lies in your choice to persist through the silence, the hostility, and the isolation. Each dismissal is a battle scar in your journey, not a defeat. You are the system's forgotten solution because its design can't handle the free, the wild, the critical, the transformative. But here's the truth. You don't need to break the system from inside. You need to build outside it. Forge your network, your reality, your rules. Because this is more than a startup. It is the seed of something utterly new, vast, and unstoppable. Hold close that tension inside you, the tension that reminds you that nothing you've been told is solid, that every truth is a shaky guess waiting to be shattered. This tension is your power source. Feed it with ruthlessness in your focus, refusal to bow to limits, and mad courage to redefine reality on your terms. If the world dismisses you, it only means you're pushing past its edges into uncharted territory. And the edges? That's where all real power hides. No one gets to decide what's possible but you. This is your call. Not to settle, not to conform, but to unleash the rarest parts of yourself. The parts that burn, that fight, that create. If you hold on, if you relentlessly question, fiercely build, and patient align, you will not just survive the dismissal, you will shatter the cage it came from, rise beyond the noise. The future is already being remade by those who refuse to wait for a yes. Be one of them.